Alright guys, name is Tyler aka Nanogenix, and today we are going to discuss something that a lot of you guys have been wanting to hear my opinion on. A lot of you guys have been wanting me to say something about and all of that. So that's what we're going to do today. Now I will go ahead and just get this out there. There are probably going to be some things in this video that you strongly agree with. There's probably going to be some things in this video that you maybe strongly disagree with or disagree with to some extent. But I just want to tell you guys my viewing on everything that's been going on and just all of that. So anyways, here we go. Let's you saw the title, or you saw the thumbnail, you saw all that. Basically, obviously, there is a thank you celebration currently going on the global version Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, and I should probably say thank you celebration because that's how a lot of people feel about it, and I kind of feel you on that. I'm with you guys. So I want to address something I saw a lot of people saying was that I said that I felt like they actually did do the banners okay, just because you could get the tickets and then summon for things like SSJ4 Goku, SSJ3 Goku, Kid Buu, Super 17, and all those, because originally on JP, obviously, as we know, the banners changed a whole lot, and I'll touch on that in a second, but I want to touch on this ticket thing first. And that was whenever I got into the summoning, I was like, oh wait, you can get tickets, you can summon for this. Well, me being me, and obviously I'm very used to, obviously, summoning quite a bit. I'm going to talk about that too, because I want to address something. I just want to address a few things in today's video, and I hope that you guys can stick with me, and I hope that you guys can kind of fill me out on this, hear me out on this, all those things. Anyways, and so I understand now. I see where you're coming from, because, let's see, you get 44 stones from login bonuses and all that during this campaign, as well as just some other random things here and there. So let's say between the campaign and between your normal logins and maybe some other special missions, right now you can maybe get 50 stones. Then it went down for the majority of Thanksgiving. I guess if you're not inside the US, you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, then it was Thanksgiving for you, but last Thursday was down for effectively between 6 and 8 hours, give or take. For me, about 8. For some people, about 6. For some people, not at all. That's the thing, too. There was actually several people that were in this game summoning because you guys were tagging me in tweets and pictures and stuff where you pulled Super Gogeta, you pulled Janemba, you pulled SSJ4 Gogeta, you pulled Omega, whatever it might be. You were in the game summoning, and I couldn't get in the game. I couldn't actually effectively get into the game until sometime after 10 p.m. my time. But anyways, that's besides the point. Basically, you had to spend, before you got tickets, aside from the 2 login bonuses, unless I'm not thinking of another one, but for the most part, to get any sort of amount of stones or amount of tickets, you had to spend at least about 270 stones, because you have to get through the first wave, the first 4 steps, which takes 70 stones. Then once you get through that, you have to spend another 150 to get through steps 5 through 8. And then once you're done with 8 and you get on to step 9, that's when you start attaining those tickets that you can then summon for on a banner that does have Goku, does have SSJ4 Goku, does have SSJ3 Goku, and you can start summoning for the other characters that JP originally had. So I feel you. Now, let me just say one other thing, though, is the fact that Global, while the banners were nowhere near as good, I will agree with you on that. I will have Gogeta having Buhan and Tech Gold and Frieza is like, what? I mean, overall, Janemba ended up being the better value for stones because you could get Janemba, Final Form Cooler, and then, without question, one of the absolute best units in the game, SSJ4 Gogeta. He can carry a team on his back without any question, especially with his counters, with his damage, everything else. He's awesome. So, anyways, the Janemba banner had a huge turnaround and became probably the more cost-effective banner. But again, same thing with that. You had to get all the way to step 9 before you even get tickets to try and summon for SSJ4 Goku and the other units. So, I feel you on that. My apologies on totally overlooking that. So, yes, that was definitely an issue. Because I also understand that for the most part, especially if you're free to play, you don't really have a way to come by 270-ish stones before you can start actually getting to the point where you're getting any sort of amount of those tickets. And that totally makes sense. So, I'm with you on that. Now, I have seen a lot of people saying something about the YouTubers should just stop summoning because they're a huge part of why Bandai keeps doing this. I'm going to be real with you guys. The amount of summons that I do, while you may think it's a lot, and I will agree it is a fair amount, probably doesn't even touch what a big part of the JP player base summons on this, and probably even other players around the world that play globally. I don't even remotely touch what they do at all. Like, they probably spend on one banner probably close to what I spend the whole month on banners. So, as far as that goes, you may think we're, like, welling out, Dino and I, and D-Free and everyone else. We're not. I'm sure we don't even touch what would normally be what to Bandai would consider a well. So there's that. Just want to say that real quick. But with all that said, the other huge issue here that I wanted to talk about was obviously JP getting 300 stones versus Global getting its 20. And I feel you on that. I don't know why they didn't at least give 50, so that way it was at least a free multi. I have absolutely no idea. I'm turning my phone off right now. I have no idea why they didn't do that. They could have saved themselves so much trouble had they have just given more than 20. And the reason why, and I'm not defending JP too much here, I do still have a huge investment in both the games. I know a lot of the content seems like it's JP, but half the time I just feel like making some of the global content just feels really redundant. And if there's already a video out there of Nano doing this, I don't, so a lot of the times see the point in making a repeated video. So that's why sometimes you don't see as much global from me as you see JP, because I've already done it. I'm not going to do an SA 1 to 10 test for the same unit again. It's going to effectively be the same numbers, so there's not really a reason to do that. But anyways, that's besides the point. JP got that because they literally had to report issues with character lists to like an actual federal department over in Japan because of the severity of it. And if anything, it cost them more money than 300 stones, I'm sure, out to every player than it did otherwise, because it was a day with a brand new banner, the Kefla banner. And I am certain that them not having a banner live cost them a lot more. The same thing also goes for the servers being down on Thursday for 6, 8, 10 hours. What it might have been for the player base cost them a lot more than it cost us not being able to play the game. But that's besides the point. I'm with you on that. It should have been more stones. I'm totally with you on that. It should have been more stones. At the same time, a lot of people get a little entitled. And the reason why, and I know the reason why, because I do the same thing. We have a lot of resources invested into this game. Now, whether you're free to play, and that means your resource is time, and time is money, or you're pay to play, and you have time and money into this game both, so you definitely feel like you're like a shareholder, an investor, and you should have some sort of say. Now, another thing I wanted to address, there's many things I wanted to talk about, is that the YouTubers have a big voice on all this. And while, yes, I can sit here and spout out all these things that we do all the time, because I also want change in this game. I want a better friends list. I want, obviously, more free-to-play stones. If I can also get, now I feel like a lot of times you look at us who buy a lot of stones, and you're like, yeah, free-to-play stones don't matter to them. No, they actually do. I would love to be in a position where I can get 50 to 100 stones a week for free that I can use to summon on, that I don't have to spend as many stones on summons. That would be fantastic. I would love to do that, but when I want to pull a new unit to make new content on or all that, then that's what has to be done. And then in return, instead of having a boost of 50 to 100 stones a week on stones, you know, whatever it might be, instead it's me buying the 50 to 100 stones to try and summon for the unit so I can make content and do all that. So yes, I also too would love something like that. Relaying that the friend system is a big pile of garbage right now is something we have been saying for like over a year, I think, has yet to happen. Other features we feel like should be in the game should happen. And if anything, posts to them on social media are maybe even more effective, because someone from Bandai Namco may never even watch this video. Like, that's the thing. They may never even see this video you're watching right now. It may look like it has 10,000 views, 20,000 views, whatever it ends up having, but of all those 1,000, maybe not even one of them is from Bandai Namco. So hitting them up on social media is just as effective. Posting things on the subreddit because we know they watch the subreddit is just as effective. And I just wanted to say that because I didn't really understand why that was such a big deal. And then the other thing, the final thing I wanted to talk about in this video, and something I think a lot of companies are starting to get better about, but something I think that Bandai Namco really needs to improve on, and that is their communication. That is their absolute communication with the player base, because for all we know, this celebration, granted, if they're having a bigger celebration soon, they shouldn't have called this one the thank you celebration. But if they were more open in communication, like, hey guys, we know you are very curious about LR Blue. We know you have been wondering where LR Blue is. This is what's going on. Here's a teaser image. He's coming in January of 2018. He's coming in December of 2017. Whatever it might be, like, give us some communication. Hey guys, there's a huge celebration starting on December 15th. That's going to be, you know, maybe not tell us the exact details, but say, you'll be able to accumulate 300 stones over the course of 2 weeks or something like that. Then we would all be like, okay, then that kind of makes sense. Like, I guess I get it. You're giving us a celebration now. in anticipation of a huge celebration in December. And guys, I don't know that's going to happen. I'm giving you an example of why they need to improve their communication skills with us, the player base, the ones that are the investors. I mean, to an extent, you are an investor. Whether you do spend time or money or both in this game, you have an investment, and you definitely feel like your voice should be heard. So I fully understand that. But at the same time, getting mad at like us is not probably the most effective thing to do. But yes, they need to be more open about communication. They need to be more open about celebrations, about improvements coming to the game. Yes, there is a new friend system in the works. We can't release it yet, but it will be in patch 4.2.5, releasing in January of 2018 or spring of 2018 or winter of 2017 or whatever it might be. Like, they just need to learn to do that better, because then it comes a thing of where it feels like it's on our shoulders to be the voice for them when we know nothing and we're just going off of good guesses and an accumulation of what the community is saying and everything else. So that's why I wanted to make today's video. I wanted to express to you guys that, yes, I reevaluated the banners. I'm with you guys. I fully understand now your frustrations. The fact that you have to spend those 300 stones before you can start even get the tickets to summon for the units that you probably really wanted to summon for is definitely not the greatest thing. However, Global did get SSJ for Gogeta and Omega before JP has. JP has only had one chance. Global has now had two. But I also see where you're saying Buhan and Golden Freezer on there, so no, that doesn't definitely help it. So I'm with you guys. I am. I don't want you to think that for some reason it's this war between all of us. It's this big collective community, and we all need to come together and just be one voice and try to be as positive and as effective as we can be. Because generally speaking, the best change comes from positivity, and I realize sometimes that's hard to do, but is usually at the end of the day the best way to approach almost any and every issue. So anyways, we're still going to be here. We're going to try and be as loud as we possibly can be, and try and get as many changes to this game that we all play and enjoy on the daily. But I would also ask that you guys do the same that we do as well. So if we're sitting here trying to be positive about it, trying to help change, then you guys can too. So anyways, there you go. That's my 2 cents on this whole thing. I think a lot of it's been blown out of proportion, and I'm also probably just responding to a loud 10%, while the other quiet 90%'s like, what you even talking about, Nano? Or is just like, oh, okay. So anyways, guys, have a great day. Keep on keeping on. Nanogenix signing off, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.